This is the 2012 Mazda 5 Sport Edition, which is essentially their baseline entry-level minivan into this car. As you can see, it is quite a small minivan, much smaller than your typical minivan, much more likened to a slightly larger station wagon. It does have the sliding doors that we see on minivans. This one, as configured, does seat 6. I wouldn't say it necessarily seats 6 comfortably, however, because as you can see here, there's not a whole lot of back leg room, so that'll probably be confined to using that just for the smaller kids. It does have some rear heater vents and AC vents here, as you can see, which is kind of nice for the rear passengers. I do like the 4 captain's chairs. Of course, it's got the arms that fold down. Coming into the main driving seat, this car does feature a 2.5 liter dual overhead cam 4-cylinder motor that's mated to a 6-speed manual transmission in this configuration. Of course, there is an automatic available. The entertainment system on board features support for MP3 and WMA encoded CDs, as well as normal audio CDs, of course. It also has Sirius satellite capability. However, there is no Bluetooth in this particular configuration, so if you're looking for that, you'll have to get a different package for the Mazda 5. Overall, I like the little dash layout. It's got nice gauges, easy to read. There's a little bit of information screen there in the middle between the 2 gauges, so you can flip through different in the menu buttons. So kind of neat. I like the clock readout there. It also gives you your readout for your fan, temperature, climate control, and that kind of stuff. This car also does not have the dual climate control, but it does have, again, like I pointed out earlier, the function for the rear air, which is kind of nice. So typical steering wheel controls. We got the cruise control here, the audio modes here, and volume and channel selector and that kind of thing. So power locks, power windows, cruise control, tilt wheel, all that's pretty much standard. It does have some power outlets here, as well as an audio input jack there. You can see the little doors that lift up for those. It's kind of neat to have them concealed like that. A couple minor complaints for me personally. Not a big fan of these armrests. They do go up and down, but don't really like the fact that they kind of interfere when you go to put your seatbelt on, so kind of a pain that way. The other thing I'm not really a big fan of too is the lack of leg room. I got my seat all the way back right now, and it just doesn't seem to be quite comfortable enough for myself. I'm 5'11", so I'm not super tall, but tall enough to not necessarily be a fan of the limited leg room here in the front. So I would recommend you get out and test drive one. This one priced about $20,000, rated at 28 miles a gallon on the highway, so it's not incredible gas mileage. I guess it's slightly better than your average size minivan. I could definitely see this as a good starter car for somebody, a young family starting out, and they wanted the convenience and that kind of stuff that a minivan can afford. So overall handling's not bad. Doesn't feel quite as boaty as some of the larger minivans. The 6-speed manual transmission, I believe, adds a lot of fun factor to the car, if you will. Overall, a neat little car, and I think it lives up to the old zoom zoom mantra that Mazda is pushing right now. And I couldn't imagine, frankly, owning this car with an automatic. I do like the manual transmission, so it's rather unique in its class that it offers a 6-speed manual. And again, if you're at all looking for a car of this class, then I'd recommend you get out and test drive one. We are inside the 2012 Mazda 5 Sport, equipped with the Bridgestone Blizzak snow tires, and as you can see here in the Seattle area, it's a perfect day to go ahead and have those said tires. I can tell you just right off the bat, even though this car is front-wheel drive with the Blizzak snow tires, it does grip quite well. I do have to push it quite extendedly to get it to spin or slip or whatever. Not totally spin free, so you do get some fun in that regard if you like driving that style in the snow, which some of us do. However, it is definitely a lot more sure-footed than most any of the standard radial tires that I've ever driven with. So right now I'm really digging these tires, and would definitely like to get a set on my own vehicle someday.